here on my last morning and reading the Beatitudes. Again, I'm in this Phillips translation. I just wanted to share the wording of the Beatitudes because it was really encouraging to me. He began his teaching by saying to them, "How happy are the humble-minded, for the kingdom of heaven is theirs. How happy are those who know what sorrow means, for they will be given courage and comfort. Happy are those who claim nothing, for the whole world will belong to them. Happy are those who are hungry and thirsty for goodness, for they will be fully satisfied. Happy are the merciful, for they will have mercy shown to them. Happy are the utterly sincere, for they will see God. Happy are those who make peace, for they will be known as sons of God. Happy are those who have suffered persecution for the cause of goodness, for the kingdom of heaven is theirs. And what happiness will be yours when people blame you and ill-treat you and say all kinds of slanderous things against you for my sake. Be glad then, yes, be tremendously glad, for your reward in heaven is magnificent. They persecuted the prophets before your time in exactly the same way." I really appreciate the opportunity to hear the message of Scripture in words that help me ponder it in a way that feels fresh and cuts in different places. So I'm really enjoying the Phillips translation. I have for several years, but I've not ever spent time reading it aloud. So this retreat time has been good for that. I'm going to wrap up here pretty soon and head out. You've heard it said that it was said to the people in the old days, "Thou shalt not murder," and anyone who does so must stand his trial. One thing that I'm realizing the older I get is that I think it's a function of being older that I never quite feel like, oh, now I've had enough sleep. And I actually want to remember that and incorporate it into my normal everyday life so I don't feel like I'm constantly missing out. Like there's this elusive feeling I could have if I could just sleep a little longer. Maybe it's the busyness of my life. Maybe it's hormonal and physical realities. Maybe it's something else, but learning to not chase a feeling that was there when I was younger of like well-rested zest for life, but just taking each day, accepting the limitations of it, and walking in whatever amount of rest I have or haven't had. I want to go back to everyday life with gratitude for the big picture of how God cares for me, because He does. He always does. I think it's impossible to overstate what a gift this place is to someone who wouldn't otherwise be able to do this. I want to take blessings like this and use them to the benefit in my normal life, and not just crave more and more of this, but actually use this, even if it's the last time I ever have the chance for such a thing. just spent some time browsing an antique and like consignment store mall thing, and I ended up finding some games, some old vintage games, and then some Cuisinart rods. So just stuff to do math. One's a money bags game and one is a game of the states. And I often feel like I need help just to make sure each of my kids are getting the basics. Like I'm good at, you know, talking about life, and I'm good at teaching them about whatever I'm into, but stuff like this helps me make sure that they're also getting the basics in, and in a way that's fun. So hopefully this coming school year we can play some states games and some money bags games for that younger and middle age, and help get some of those basics into them that I was really careful to do with the older kids but can sometimes forget with the middle and younger kids. So I'm kind of excited. I'm pleased with this purchase. It was only $20 for 3 game type things, and I think we'll use them.